standing 5'6", weighing in at 155, from Gracie Bada, North Babylon, Siah Webb. His opponent in the blue corner, standing 5'8", weighing in at 155, from 302 BJJ Team Balance, John Lyons.
So we have John Lyons in the blue rash guard, Siah Webb in the black rash guard.
Getting ready for round one of this tournament matchup.
Main and I saw Siah compete at SAGC 7.
Yeah, we did. We called his last match.
John immediately sits to his butt,
Forcing Siah to pass on top position.
John in
almost a full guard.
Yeah,
He's
so
got
butterfly.
that one butterfly.
He's trying to get his angle off there to open up to get his hip out and get his hip free.
Siah looking to immediately pass, gets the pinch, starts climbing up really quickly.
And they scramble out to a neutral position.
really dynamic movement by Siah here. And as I recall, he got tied up a lot in the legs. We'll see if he's improved in the past year.
A lot of hand battling right now. We've got Siah stepping into the knee shield position. Not really clearing the arm. Not sure whether he wants to come forward or back out just yet.
Looks like he wants to pry that foot off, but he decided not to.
He was almost doing that same kind of over-under knee slice pass threat combo that we saw in the previous match. Very savvy. Good grip fighting by both fighters. We have Siah on top now with John in double butterfly. And he's got his butterflies kind of squashed.
Oh, just pulls the leg directly out, attacking the triangle, trying to pull it the rest of the way through.
Siah's got to be real careful to keep that other leg trapped.
Siah's actually going the wrong way to defend it. He should step over and come to his right.
So the thing is that Siah here is almost in an over-under passing position. So if John can get his leg out, then it's dangerous. That's an interesting position. It's almost you're almost past, but you can still get triangled. So Siah disengages. We have both Siah and John seated guard right now.
Yeah, double seated guard. Siah decides to come up here, and looks like he's going to throw that knee cut pass again. Potentially could go over-under here.
We're almost at the halfway point for round one of this matchup. A lot of jockeying for position is going on at the moment.
Siah coming in real aggressive and really getting dropped down. Looks like he's going to go for most likely a heel hook. Potentially could be a straight ankle lock here.
Straight ankle lock position, but he leaves that leg out and the heel hook is there.
Oh,
he needs to keep rolling through.
We got to transition to a knee bar here.
Could. He's really heavy on that.
John really needs to go through.
John is myopic here on the heel hook.
He needs to get that leg the rest of the way through. And rotating, and he can finish it.
And he gets the tap.
There it was.
So we see Siah still having leg lock liability.
Well, that was just rude, Emil.
What?
He just got tangled up. Sometimes it happens. He went for his own footlock, and if you do not establish the position first, you leave yourself open for somebody getting the advantage, coming up on top with their leg and locking you out from the attack and actually starting to attack you.
Absolutely.
So we got a 30-second break here, then we move on to the second round.
Really exciting match so far. Lots of attempts back and forth. We saw dynamic passing.
And this is our third round for the 155-pound bracket.
We're getting ready to start the second round of this tournament matchup. And it begins. So Siah has to submit or at least survive the rest of this round to keep on going. If not, John moves on to the next round.
So we have John taking seated guard.
Again, Siah just coming with the same attack style as last round. Let's see if he makes any adjustments to it.
Siah looking fresh, and John, taking some breaths.
Looking a little sweaty, if you will. just received a last-minute bracket change. We'll tell you about it because it is the next matchup. Right now, Siah has a body lock from top full guard, looking to possibly transition through, but John has a body triangle and is just searching around, just probing through, seeing if there's any holes in Siah's game to take advantage of.
Really, the onus is on Siah right now.
It's true.
Not necessarily at the moment. Remember, if he doesn't get submitted this round,
He still
there's
has a
still a
third.
third round to fight for.
Exactly.
Yeah. And especially in that bracket format, you don't want to let it go long. So if you can finish your opponent in the first 2 rounds, it doesn't make you go into that third round and get
we
more
got
To
tired.
an
Omoplata
type
attempt.
transition.
We have John attempting.
John
and
attempts and immediately
Yeah,
goes on
Siah.
the leg, and we're back into this leg entanglement. Siah's still not with the good
Ooh,
control on the leg, but he's
He's
biting
readjusted. Really great adjustment by Siah. He's
John
threatening
really
now.
needs to roll through, but he's got the traditional 50-50, and he's going to attack.
An inside heel hook, which is extremely dangerous. A very fast submission.
So
But-
right now we're sort of in a double 50-50 position, and honestly, there we go. John starts to peel away, and we've got the inside Senkaku position from Siah, and he goes back to the 50-50 to try to come on top and pressure. For a point-style game, that would be great, but right now we're looking for the finish. You're trying to get those points to win.
Points in SAGC only come in the form of submissions.
So we're still in the 50-50 as John, and Siah is driving his knee into his lower stomach, hip, waist area. Oh, we've got a heel hook.
Another tight heel hook from John here, and Siah's on the defense trying to strip those hands off the grip.
He really doesn't have the greatest bite on it, but he might still be able to finish it. Siah's fighting the hands and gets out.
Really great exchange here.
Really dynamic hand fight there. Siah's just really holding on and trying to pull the grip down to stop the pressure on the leg.
Well, he's doing a good job right now, even though they're in
John's seating that 50-50 position and almost turning into letting himself be put into
a leg weave. Exactly. What I was about to say is Siah's doing a great job at pressuring,
And there's
he's
the pass
able to
right there by Siah.
step around. Siah's in top side control. Heavy control.
Transitions right over to Mount. Let's see where he goes from here. But
And goat
John-
hooks from John.
John goes through. Again, we're looking. Oh,
You let him
stop
go.
We're going to
the
get a
match.
stop and reset.
Man, I love the
John
quick
not
transition.
happy about the stoppage. Was hoping to try to finish it really quickly there.
Man, those goat hooks, you don't get a lot of shots with the goat hooks. When you get the feet up for it, it's nice to get rewarded and get to turn over the guy with it.
Because
And
once
we're
the
starting
person's
in a neutral position because I guess they couldn't reproduce it. So we're both fighting from the butt, and John looks like he's going to come take the top position, possibly.
So as Maine was saying, you have that one shot at the goat hooks because the moment the person sees you doing it, they drop their posture in mount. and
Yeah,
make
it's
it lot
it's
harder.
really something you can get once. Occasionally, guys that are real good and have the flexibility to do it, but especially in the men's divisions, I see that you have one good shot at it to surprise your competitor with it, and then after that, the guys kind of get wise to it. And it becomes very difficult to hit.
Siah taking top with knee cut position right now.
But conversely, in women's matches, you typically see the goat hook escape used as almost a primary escape to that position.
And right now, what Siah is doing is a great way to get out of this knee shield position. What he should do is take his outside leg, the left leg, and step into the middle and push the legs off to the right to help beat this position. Right now, he's just okay with hanging out.
30 seconds left.
Siah's got to bring that knee up and start cutting through, which he just started doing. If he starts fighting for that underhook, there's the cut.
Very good cut across, and he's got the arm trap. See if he stabilizes the position here and stops John from getting his legs in. Boom,
Siah
cuts over to
again.
Mount.
Oh, but he's giving up the position again, and now inside Senkaku. He's got 13 seconds to possibly finish it. If he starts pushing away and straightens out the leg, he
Siah
could.
has head control.
I
And
think
is-
Siah's just going to keep head control here and wait it out and wait to the third round, forcing overtime.
And
That's
there's
time.
the end
And
of
that
the
is time.
second round. So now Siah, the onus is on Siah now to submit. If he does not, he loses because of the heel hook by John in the first round.
So what do you
Right.
do here if you are John, and what do you do here if you're Siah?
You got to go for the sub. I mean, you're
you
at
still
you-
go for the sub. I
because it's
feel-
no time limit overtime. Like somebody has to sub here.
No, nobody has to sub here. If it goes to the time.
Right.
John
I'm
already
sorry.
got
Yeah.
the sub.
I'm stupid. I forgot.
Maine has not had his snack today, so he can't think properly.
That's actually reasonable, Josh. I would like a snack right now.
How about that?
So already the match has begun. Third round in this match. In the third match.
A lot of threes there, Emil.
Yeah, third round in the third match.
3 squared.
9.
All right, stop doing math, guys.
Look, I'm not good at math. The
So-
math guy's right next to me.
We have Siah taking seated right now, and
Maybe
John
that's
standing.
the strategy. He lets John come in and make a mistake and finishes from there.
And it gives him the initial leg position he wants on the bottom. You know, the entries are typically in the metagame right now. You see entries from the bottom more commonly than entries from the top.
Yes, as seen a lot by Craig Jones with his seated position going into the knee shield and then transitioning over to
Well,
saddle.
Jones and Cummings, I think, are guys that really you see that style implemented a lot from the bottom position.
So right now we have John grabbing the ankles, putting Siah on his back. Siah looking totally calm, collected.
I think Cummings' entrance is a little bit different, as seen by Deagle earlier in the event, where he was just throwing in that,
Yeah, he's
that
looping his leg in there.
any way possible.
Yeah.
And right now, Siah needs to really up the engine and start attacking because he only has about, 3.5 minutes left to get a submission.
About that. You really got to go for broke at this stage of the match because, you know, being down into the third round, like, you have one shot. This is your final round. This is your final, you know, opportunity of your matchup to force the overtime. That's your only shot. It's to make it you go 1-1.
Not only that, but the other guy knows that and can definitely hang back, play defense, not engage
which
as
is
much.
a little bit of what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
Maine's throwing water bottles all over the table.
That's correct, Josh. It's getting a little warm in here. I'd like to get some water in me so I can keep speaking.
Do you want to know how warm it is in here?
We
The
have
pipe system is leaking on me.
Siah is on
Currently.
top now, doing dynamic passing. He's in, again, that knee cut position right now and fishing for the over-under as well.
He's really got to get moving because he has to submit.
I feel like, from this position here, we've seen a lot of success in earlier matches with the head control going into Darce. So I wonder if Siah will do something similar. So Siah's disengaged with John in a seated guard.
If I'm going to be 100% honest, if he leads with a diving headbutt, he'll be able to get past rather quickly. Just don't make it look too headbutt-like.
Josh with that dirty jiu-jitsu.
Pro wrestling style jiu-jitsu.
Siah grabbing the ankle, but not being able to get it. John was wise to it.
We've got 2 minutes left in this round and possibly the match if Siah does not submit John.
I really feel like if he's unable to pass in the position, we're going to see him sit back in probably the last 30 seconds and really go hard on a leg, probably most likely a heel hook or a knee bar.
Yes, at that point, you really just got to go for whatever is available and just try to break something, essentially.
Pretty much.
See if Siah goes for the body lock and tries to pass from there.
He's been favoring that body lock pass, and, he's doing a really good job keeping pressure and keeping John down, but he's just had some problems.
He's got to control the leg right there. He needs to step over
Nice
for
straight
control.
ankle. by
Looks like a
Siah.
steam a lock there.
He needed that control. If he gets that position, he has to step over and clamp down on the leg. Excellent sweep.
Siah's going for the same kind of calf ankle control.
Again, back on it. He's got to step over and keep rolling through. Get the John real savvy to every position and just rolling and pulling the leg out.
John knows he doesn't have to accept any position he doesn't want to accept at this point. This is in the third round. He can just play it safe here, really, if he chooses to. Although he'll most likely be more tired going into the later matches, he's up on points. He's able to do that.
Ooh. Tries to pull it all the way across. Almost makes John do a split.
So we have Siah in open guard attacking.
John falls
again.
back for the legs, and they're both happy just staying on their backs currently. Oh, we have the step over. All he's got to do is really pull back and lock it, and
So
there's the
tag it.
tap. He did the hover hand for a couple of seconds.
John was able to get the outside heel hook.
Excellent matchup, and it was a fight to the end. Neither of them were really ceding any. Well, he did cede points, but he wasn't trying to.
Round 3 heel hook. John Lyons.
John does a great job. I mean, he advances on. Move on to our next match. So this is the replacement match, Josh.
Yes, this is a replacement. Originally, it was Craig Feldman, and he pulled out just yesterday. So right now, owner and operator of College Park MMA, Josh Peters, is stepping in to take on AJ Deshani.
Josh Peters walks around at about 120, give or take.
Soaking wet.
120 with like a backpack on.
Yeah.